Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime channel. Kizaru is a character with somewhat mysterious objectives, prompting many to wonder about his true intentions and dreams. With the significant focus he is receiving in the current One Piece arc, we are learning more about this character. In today's video, we will discuss Kizaru's objectives and the possible twist in his story, leading him to betray Sakai Seifu and the Marines in pursuit of his own goals. Before we dive into the video, don't forget to smash that like button. Give us a thumbs up to unlock your devil fruit powers, and hit that subscribe button to awaken. Now, let's jump into the video. Guys, Borsalino is recognized for his calm and relaxed personality, contrasting with most other characters in the series, especially his fellow admirals Aokiji, Akainu, Fujitora, and even Ryokugyu. Kizaru is often portrayed as someone who deals with situations with indifference, maintaining a laid-back attitude even in the most dangerous circumstances. Kizaru's nature is complemented by his intangibility as a user of a Logia-type devil fruit, granting him the ability to transform his body into light. This ability makes him practically invulnerable to physical attacks and allows him to remain intact in the face of threats, even the most intense ones. His apparent indifference to dangerous situations often leaves him in a state of distraction, which can lead to fatal attacks, as seen in the fight against Luffy in Egghead. Kizaru's philosophy of justice is represented by the motto, "Uncertain Justice." He is portrayed as someone who prefers to follow orders rather than lead, acting as a cog in a machine. This approach allows him to absolve himself of personal responsibility by justifying his actions as mere compliance with higher orders. Despite his lack of leadership, Kizaru is a respected admiral, and his willingness to confront powerful enemies like Silver's Rayleigh and Marco demonstrates courage and a certain combat ethic. However, Kizaru can be arrogant towards those he deems weak, mocking them during battles. His attitude towards pirates is generally one of disdain, showing no mercy. He acts ruthlessly in carrying out his missions, even if it involves harming former comrades. Despite this, there are indications that Kizaru carries a certain sense of honor in battle, especially when facing formidable opponents. Despite being a respected admiral of the Marines and following the orders of the Marines in Sakai Seifu, Kizaru stands out for his philosophy of uncertain justice, indicating a more flexible approach to the concept of justice. His willingness to follow orders, even from close subordinates, allows him to operate with seemingly greater freedom than other military leaders. However, behind this facade of indifference and obedience, Kizaru also shows an inclination to follow his own sense of right and wrong. The admiral seems capable of turning against the Marines and Sakai Seifu if he disagrees with the given orders. This flexibility allows Kizaru to act according to his own conscience, even if it means challenging higher authorities. The event in Sabaudi Archipelago illustrates Kizaru's tendency to follow his own ideals. Initially tasked with stopping the Straw Hats, he quickly shifted his focus to a battle with 4 supernovas, simply due to a lack of willingness to pursue the pirates sent elsewhere by Kuma. While Kizaru may appear to be a cog in a machine simply following orders, his moral flexibility suggests that he is not entirely aligned with the justice vision of the Marines or Sakai Seifu. He may choose to ignore certain orders if he deems his actions more ethical, making him a complex character whose motivations may deviate from the path traditionally accepted by authorities. Kizaru represents an intriguing and enigmatic element in One Piece, defying the expectations of a military leader by balancing obedience to orders with his own interpretation of justice. In the current arc on Egghead Island, Kizaru is once again demonstrating his oppositional side and his ability to challenge received orders. Despite being assigned to take the lives of Vegapunk and the Straw Hats, including Luffy, the admiral initially engaged in a battle with the young pirate. However, something unexpected happened during this confrontation. After an apparent draw in the fight with Luffy, Kizaru made a surprising and discreet decision, revealing a more compassionate aspect of his personality. Instead of blindly following the order to eliminate his opponent, the admiral chose to offer food to Luffy, enabling his recovery. The gesture demonstrates an admiral's hesitation to sacrifice the lives of those he considered companions in the past. This benevolent attitude can be interpreted as an attempt to balance his mission with a certain personal ethics, indicating a possible contradiction between his obedient nature and his innate sense of justice. Furthermore, by extending his compassion to former acquaintances like Vegapunk, Kuma, and Sentomaru, Kizaru shows reluctance to harm old friends, still demonstrating a great fondness for them. Kizaru's behavior in the Egghead Island arc stands out as a surprising revelation of his true moral complexity. His ability to defy orders in favor of actions he deems more ethical highlights a more human aspect behind the normally calm and laid-back facade he presents. As the Egghead Island arc unfolds, Kizaru's surprising actions suggest an intriguing possibility of loyalty shift. His decision to act opposite to received orders, offering assistance to the Straw Hats and old acquaintances, raises the hypothesis that the Marine Admiral may reassess his alliances in the final arc of One Piece. The potential alliance between Kizaru, Vegapunk, Kuma, and Sentomaru, along with the revolutionaries, becomes a plausible speculation as events unfold on Egghead Island. The need to keep important allies safe from the relentless pursuit of the Navy and the Sakai Seifu may lead the Admiral to reconsider his position. After all, the moral complexity demonstrated by Kizaru in directly challenging orders to spare lives suggests a deeper quest for justice and ethics beyond the perspective of the Navy. The closeness between Kizaru, Vegapunk, and the revolutionaries may represent a convergence of interests with the common goal of resisting the tyranny of the Navy and Sakai Seifu. Vegapunk's knowledge and skills, coupled with Kuma's strength and Sentomaru's experience, could become valuable assets for the revolutionaries. Meanwhile, Kizaru's change of stance would add a unique shift to the group dynamics, with a former admiral now seeking a clearer sense of justice. The narrative could explore the challenges Kizaru faces when choosing to abandon the Navy, an institution to which he dedicated a significant part of his life. His decision to turn against the organization could be motivated by a genuine desire to preserve life and protect those he deems important. The possibility of an alliance with the revolutionaries also adds an engaging layer of tension to the story, as Kizaru would have to face not only physical challenges, but also moral dilemmas and radical changes in his life. The evolving dynamics on Egghead Island suggest that Kizaru, now at a crossroads between loyalty to the Navy and a quest for justice aligned with his ethical principles, may play a crucial role in the outcome of this current final saga of One Piece. Kizaru's decision to offer help to Luffy and his companions not only highlights his reluctance to sacrifice lives, but also resonates with the possibility that he is reassessing his values and priorities. The prospect of joining the revolutionaries could represent a pursuit of a more transparent justice, free from doubts that constantly lingered in his mind, leading Kizaru to follow a new justice with which he truly agrees and is willing to uphold. The proposed alliance also creates an engaging narrative tension, as Kizaru would have to face not only his former allies, but also the moral ramifications of his choices. The decision to abandon the Navy, an institution to which he dedicated his life, becomes a journey of self-discovery and a significant change, challenging pre-established notions of loyalty and duty. Kizaru's inclusion in the revolutionary group could provide a unique balance of brute strength, scientific knowledge, and military strategy. His experience as an admiral and his ability as a Logia-type Devil Fruit user could become invaluable assets in an alliance challenging the world's status quo in One Piece. The final arc of Egghead Island presents itself as fertile ground to explore Kizaru's moral complexity and personal transformations. The possibility of him switching sides adds an emotional layer to the plot, while the challenges he faces in opposing the Navy and Sakai Seifu promise an intense and unpredictable climax. Thus, Kizaru's trajectory on Egghead Island stands out as one of the most intriguing and potentially impactful in the narrative of One Piece, offering fans a captivating insight into the development of a character whose journey is far from over. That's a wrap for today's content. We hope you enjoyed it and want to share your thoughts on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and catch you in the next video. Take care and stay awesome.